podcast contain graphic language. What's going on out there in the ministry? What's going on, Make Child? What's going on in sales? What's going on out there worldwide? You are right here, KDR, aka Kendall Reagan Podcast. I'm right here in the Pacific Northwest, just podcasting it up all across the world. It is colder than a witch's titty on Halloween. It's 35 degrees out here. For heaven's sake, it's unbelievable. It's cold. It is cold out here. And this is your first time on the podcast, so I want to I always do a little intro and wait for the fellas out here to jump on board and see what's going on, what's cracking lacking. So you'll bear with me. And I got a Halloween theme here. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of Halloween and a little bit of this, a little bit of that for the next 30 minutes or so. So just bear with me. And no further ado, I'm going to start the intro. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I am back. So tonight's topic on the podcast, I'm gonna break it down two ways. Just bear with me. I'm dealing with a cold and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about Halloween. I stopped doing this Halloween business at the age of 12. Okay, and just bear with me, right? Just bear with me because the way I see this thing is differently. I understand the background of pagan holiday and stuff like that, but it is what it is. It's in the United States and different Western culture, and they celebrate this Halloween business and stuff like that. So I want to get in a little bit in this Halloween, then I'm going to get some different topic here, one topic in particular, but I don't even know how to start this thing, but okay. So I'm going to give you an example. So I'm coming home from work, and I've been here in this place for like 5 to 6 years. Never saw trick or treaters. I live downstairs. I got 2 bedroom. I got a small kitchen, a small bathroom. My landlords, they live upstairs, and I used to buy candy, for trick or treaters and shit like that, right? And I was talking to, like 5 years ago. I'm talking to the landlords like, there's no trick or treaters here, because in apartments you have a lot of trick or treaters and shit like that. So and so I bought candy 5-6 years ago, and nobody was here for heaven's sake. So today there's a lot of kids out there, and I stopped buying candy like 3 years ago, and then all of a sudden all kinds of kids in the neighborhood and stuff like that, they coming through. But it's so fascinating for me as a father, right? And I'm going to give you a different perspective when it comes down to this so-called Halloween holiday, okay? I understand that as a father, right, that I saw plenty of fathers driving around walking around the neighborhood when I'm driving, and they got the vest on and little, because it's dark out here, and the vest on and children just jumping up and stuff, and I'm driving very slow before I come to my house, right? And he's down on me. It's like, man, I remember taking my shorties, my kids, trick or treating, right? And I remember it just dawned on me, right? And for the first time living out here for almost 7 years, I never seen so many kids on Halloween. Even though I live in a city, right? And I saw this particular gentleman out there with a vest and a flashlight and walking all the shorties, crossing the street and stuff like that. And it kind of gave me a reminder. It's all about the kids, right? It's all about the kids having fun and stuff like that. It's kids, it's candies, kids shit, right? It is. It is what it is. So I come home, I take a shower and stuff like that. I have to go back to my car, and my landlord has a bunch of kids knocking her door. And then I walk in to the car and come in, and there's more kids and more kids. I was like, holy shit! I never seen so many kids in my neighborhood in years. Matter of fact, this was my first time seeing so many kids in the neighborhood. All right. So what I'm trying to say, and I'm gonna come this with a plot, right? You have to bear with me how my mind works. Just bear with me. So I'm conducting my business and stuff like that, and I do a lot of things with supermarket, retail stores, and so on and so forth. So today you see all these women with devil horns, witch hats, and stuff like that. Naughty nurses and stuff like that. An excuse to be uh, an excuse for them to be whoever they want to be, right? Because in the mentality for women, it's like they can be whoever they want to be in this day, right? And just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. It's not nothing had to do with culture. Yeah, it's culture, but it don't have to do anything with race and stuff like that. But in my neck of my woods is most of it Caucasian women who love to dress up like devils horn. They got devil's horn, witch hat, and stuff like that, right? So I'm thinking to myself, literally, they just exposing themselves who they are. Maybe just my philosophy. Maybe just me. I'm probably just wrong. Probably in the subconscious mind of this women who dressed up as they got devil horns and witch hats and dressing like witches or naughty nurses and shit like that. Uh, the way I see it, they probably just expressing themselves. It's a day for them to be free or whatever, right? But the way I see it, right, it's like they exposing themselves. It's like that's who you are. You're a devil ass bitch. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, that's just me. Just one man thinking. That's all. That's all. I don't pay too much attention of anything anymore. Too much trouble in the world that for me to focus on stuff, but like that. But little things like that. I was like thinking. I was like, whoa. Look at this chick working in the establishment. Look at this chick dressing like that. Look at it. And you got all kinds of chicks dressing like naughty nurses, and so on and so forth, right? And I'm thinking they, especially, and I'm gonna be honest, most of them is white chicks. They love this holiday. They really do. They really love it. They love it. You see all kinds of stuff out there. They and another point of view that I'm trying to make here. In my state out here, there's a lot of pagans. There's a lot of pagans out here. Trust me. There's a lot of pagans, a lot of libtards, a lot of leftists, and they take this shit seriously. When I mean they take Halloween seriously, literally, seriously. Meaning they start decorating their homes not on October 1st, but on September, the middle of September, end of September. It's still hot out here, and they got this statue with fucking demons, all kinds of shit going on out there. Literally, man. Demons, this, that, all kinds of shit. Dragons and shit like that, and all kinds of woogie, spooky shit. And they start early. Because I remember it used to start like October 1st and stuff. Nah. These folk out here, they don't do that. They start in September. They decorate their houses and shit like that. And when I go out there trying to conduct my business, they say a dragon or some kind of demon stuff moving around and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. They start early out here. They take these it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying it's nothing wrong or bad. You know what I mean? I'm not. Don't get me wrong. People do different things, right? Every folks, they do different shit. You know, Latino do different shit. Black people do different shit. White folks do different shit. Asian do different shit. You know, they do. Everybody do different shit. A little bit different. But what I know is white folk, they take Halloween very seriously. They really do. They love this shit. You know. They really do. They really do, man. And what I noticed too, Halloween is one day of the year, right? One day. Just one day. Where I live at, right here in the Pacific Northwest, next to Seattle, Halloween is every fucking day. Every fucking day. Literally. You got these chicks with all kinds of hair. Blonde hair, black hair, gauges on the ear loops. All kinds of piercing, all kinds of tattoo, all kinds of shit. It's Halloween every day. Not only that, you got multiple drug addicts, homeless camps. I'm living on a zone of the living dead. So it's Halloween every day. Where I live at. I'm not exaggerating, my friends. You can escape these folks. They're drug addicts. They're crazy maniac chicks. All kinds of shit, man. Fentanyl out here in the Pacific Northwest is out of control. Heroin is out of control. Homeless is out of control. Everybody is asking you for $1. People stealing shit from the stores. You go to the, what they call Fred Meyer's, which is like a Kroger. Everything's locked up. You go to Target, everything's locked up. You go to Walmart, everything's locked up. You gotta press a button. Somebody gotta give you a assistant just to fucking take a fucking toothpaste. It's Halloween all year round out here. Fucking Halloween. It's scary. You know, but most people out here, they ignore the nonsense. They probably think this is the new normal. The things got to be locked up in cages. Literally in cages. Baby diapers locked up in cages. All the retail stores out here. I swear to God. Walgreens. You name it. You need something locked up in a cage. It's like jail. It's like, you know, have you ever been in jail? You got to go to the commissary and everything's locked up. And you have to, that's how it is, man. It's insanity. The world is fucked up. United States is fucked up. If you live in the East Coast or West Coast, you follow my griff. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You have understanding. I walk through establishments and shit like that and on a daily. And you see these poor people out here. When I mean poor people, I don't mean poor as, you know, as wealth. Just waiting out there to get a exchange between goods and services. You know? Then you got to have a 21-year-old or a teenager or somebody out there. They open up the cage and shit like that. And here, take this. Baby formula, take this. It's insane. Don't mind the heater. It's fucking cold out here. It's like 35 degrees. It's colder than the witch's titty on Halloween, literally. 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 It is fucking cold. So, Halloween. I live Halloween every day. Every day. Every day I got to look both of my shoulders. Every day I got to do this thing. Every day I see somebody smoking fentanyl with aluminum foil and a straw. Every day on a parking lot, on different establishment and shit like that. Every fucking day. Campfires, literally. Campfires. People use holding up in campfires and shit like that. Next to establishment is fucking crazy, man. And it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this bad. It wasn't this bad until after the pandemic. After the pandemic, it went more insane. More insane. And my strong belief, and you gotta bear with me, I live in the south side of my city. I live in the south side. You know, each side got their own thing, right? I live in the south side, where it's most of the minorities and stuff like that. But it's not only the city, it's the whole fucking county. The whole fucking county. Everywhere you go in the whole fucking county where I live at is the same scenario, but some pockets are less, some are more. And it's scary, man. It's scary. Not to me, but it's scary how society is crumbling. bear with me that right here, Microsoft was created, Amazon was created, all kinds of business was created right here. And why so much poverty? Why so much insanity? Why so much this? Why everything is outrageous costs? You know what I did for shits and giggles today? Today, after I came home, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, which I haven't done this in years. I went to Zillow and Refing to check out houses for sale. The last time I checked any house for sale, it was like maybe 10 years ago. I saw where I live at right now that I'm renting, just a mile away. We call it out here in the Pacific Northwest, mobile home, right? Mobile home means that it's two homes and it's put together by trucks and they put it together. Some other people call it ramblers. It depends on the country how you call this shit. A mobile home. A mobile home on a property that was asking $150,000. New home, 200,000, 300,000. I saw shit 500,000. I saw just at home, just not even a mansion, $1 million. That's some scary shit. That is some fucking scary shit. You know, I went to the internet. It's like, what the fuck? Let me check how this home prices is, just to spook me. Hey. After went to Redfin and after went to different sites, I like that. That was my Halloween. I got scared. Who the fuck can afford that shit? It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Halloween. Trick or treat. We all being tricked. And we not getting the trick. The treat. We all been tricked. And we're not getting no treat. That's some scary shit. I don't know why I decided to search for a fucking home, because I want to be scared. I probably my subconscious mind say, you want to be scared? Ain't no scary movie. Ain't nobody can scare me. Nothing out there. The drug addicts, the homeless. I deal with these folks every day. They don't scare me. You know what the fuck scare me? The home prices out here. Outrageous. I thought to myself, who in the fuck can afford this mortgage? That's some scary shit. Welcome to American Dream. It's not a dream anymore. It's a fucking nightmare. It is a fucking nightmare. The dream is dead. Oh, we living in a fucking nightmare, man. I live Halloween, like I said previously, all year round. I seen people like, I'm not being exaggerating, man. I seen drug addicts just pass the fuck out in a car, or just like pass the fuck out in a car. Matter of fact, I was in downtown visiting my friend. One of his neighbor overdosed on fentanyl, and they took her body out. And he was telling me like 2 days ago, man, they took her. She was doing that fentanyl stuff, and they took her. I was like, that shit is killing things, you know. If you live in a city and shit like that, you see all kinds of shit, man. And I don't even live in a big city. I live in a medium city, surrounded by suburbs and stuff like that. You know what's scary? Food prices out of control out here. You know what's scary? Gas prices, insurance, rent. That's some scary shit. Real talk, my friends. Real talk. You want to talk about Halloween? Well, guess what? This is reality. What is happening in the United States? It's scary. And it's about to get worse. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is like, you know, us men. I'm gonna put the tip in you. And this is what the corporations and the government, they just putting the tip in you. Next thing, they got the dick and balls all over your ass. What's taking place right now? Right now, it's just a tip. And you got to bear in mind that the tip started when the pandemic happened. That was only the tip. Now the dick is halfway. Just wait another 2 more years. Balls deep. Believe it or not. Balls deep in your ass. Talking about scary shit. If you bear with me, I'll be right back. How long am I in the live stream? 28 minutes. Yeah, so I promised myself I'm going to keep the podcast short because other people, you know, they listen to it unless YouTube don't take it off, which the next topic I'm about to get into, they will take it off. So, you know, I've been striked many times and stuff like that, but it's okay. So if you want to hang around, cool. If you're not, it's cool. But I'm going to play a soundbite here real quick. And I'm about to get something that most people have not acknowledged for many years, but now is being well displayed across the world. Okay. And I've been beating the same drum, and I'm gonna give an example or talk experience of this situation is taking place in the Middle East. So if you bear with me, I'll be right back. Well, hold on. My device went off. That's a problem. That's a problem when you're an independent person and you don't have nobody out here. And it's cool. It's cool. I do my own shit, you know. I'm a make-tell motherfucker, so that's what I do.
the new MacBook Pro. For the first time ever, in a wicked space black finish. Supercharged by the M3 family of chips, the most advanced we've created for a laptop. It has a next-generation GPU to blow through super intense workflows. And up to 128 gigabytes of unified memory. For multitasking. And it's just as fast whether plugged in or not. With a phenomenal battery life that goes on and on.
True story, man. True story. I'm taking a piss. I turn on the light. I swear to God, if I'm lying to you, I can die tomorrow. So, on the vent on the top. So, I turn on the light in the bathroom. And I'm about to take a piss. And there's this big ass fucking spider hanging out from the vent on the top. A real fucking spider. And I look at that. And it's like, ain't that a fucking bitch? I'm talking about Halloween, these fucking spider coming down the fucking thing. She was hanging around. Big ass fucking spider too, by the way. I should take a picture. So you don't think I'm lying. True story. Unbelievable. That's what happens, man. When you talk to the truth, man, the devil come after you. Just bear with me, man. Here we go. I'm gonna smoke a little bit of cannabis. And I want to get something that is going globally. And I'm going to put my own opinion about it. I don't know how the algorithms of Cocktube can handle it. Either take it down, I don't give a fuck. So, since we're talking about Halloween and how scary the world is, and I'm about to get in some deep subject out here, okay? And I'm gonna be brutal about the situation that's taken down in the Middle East, especially with Israel and Palestine. So, to put this in perspective, I've been following this Middle East business for quite some time, but it ain't really came to my understanding how bad things was out there, especially for the Palestinian people. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a leftist. I'm not a leftist at all. To put this in perspective, before I talk this touchy feeling, this touchy subject, this touchy thing, right? I spoke with gentlemen, not one time, not 3 times, not 4 times, at least 7, 8 times when I had the Podbean live stream, okay? With Podbean, when I put the live stream, people across the world can just hit the button and just have one-on-one conversation. And not only that I have a conversation with this married gentleman with children, we also have exchange in Telegram. I haven't heard from him for quite some time, for years. and due to the fact that the Telegram, I had back then I had a phone, and it wasn't able to like the the device was like full and stuff like that, so I have to pick which app I can do and stuff like that. Probably the group is still out there on Telegram. But in Podbean, he called multiple times, and he was going, and he's from East Jerusalem, and he called multiple times. Not only he called multiple times, we communicated in Telegram, and he showed me pictures of East Jerusalem, not only pictures or videos. And if you know Telegram, you can put short videos in Telegram and get messages and stuff like that. It's a cool app, Once you understand it, it's really cool. And he had or he has, hopefully he has, a nice little house, nice little house and stuff like that. And Telegram videos and stuff like that. But he didn't have no at the beginning, because I'm talking about MGTOW philosophy and stuff like that. So when he got into Podbean, he didn't know the subject. Or he was going through, actually, he was going through gates from East Jerusalem to Gates, which is controlled by the Israel government. And he used to call the show live and talk to me and talk to the group who was out there live and ask him many questions. And I asked him, what is your daily life? He's like, I have to go through multiple gates just to get to my house. I work in this area and I have to go. And he told me one time, he's like, Kendall Rican, can you tell the Americans what they're doing to the Palestinian people? And this is back like before the pandemic, right? And he called the show every fucking time. And I told him, like, listen, man, I don't have a big audience. I really don't have a big audience. I really don't. And we had this conversation with each other. Because I thought he was a MGTOW, but he wasn't. He was a married man and stuff like that. And the way I see it, the way I saw it then and the way I see it today, it was a cry for help, right? Because I didn't understand what a lot of these Palestinians go through before this war happened. Before this is like doing, like I say, 3 years ago and stuff like that. And we communicated and stuff like that and shit like that. Maybe he resonated with me because I got this funny accent of being Spanish and Puerto Rican. I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe the universe connected or whatever, right? But I resonate with this man. Not only that, he put a video in Telegram, and we communicated live, and stuff like that. But while he was, every time he called, he was like, they doing this, they doing that, they doing that. We can go nowhere. They control the water. They control the food and stuff. And so on. So, and I can imagine, and not only imagine, but have this man feeling, trying to support his family, and being such a under oppressed condition. That was 3 years ago. Yeah, it was 3, 4 years ago. And I asked him a question. doing the live stream out there on Podbean, because the state of Israel has the state of Israel did a mandate that everyone had to be jabbed. It doesn't matter. You have to get jabbed. You want to get some food with their own people, okay? Take away the Palestinian situation. We're doing the situation with the pandemic and shit like that. The state of Israel, don't believe me, look it up. They have mandates. And I asked them out there, it's like, I was like, out there, are you Palestinian being, having this vaccine mandate? Is like, no, not us, not us. That's them out there. They doing this tough out. I had a conversation with with this gentleman. If I'm lying to you, gentlemen, I will not wake up in the morning. God is my witness. If I'm lying to you, gentlemen, I will not wake up in the morning that I have this conversation with this gentleman. Not only that, he showed me his home and Telegram, a video, we communicated and stuff like that. And, and then, some things that I wish that I kept, because I cannot see the future. This is years ago, but I understand it. And I understand the struggle that be going on in that part of the world. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Whatever Hamas did is horrible. But I question. It's horrible what took place. But I question. All you got to do is follow the money, right? You follow the money. How many billions of dollars we send to Israel each year? They got weapons, they got this and stuff like that. So all of a sudden they left the gates open and all these this tragedy took place. I have to question that shit. 3 days after it took place with this Hamas business, I was listening to a podcast with this lady that she'd been in Israel Army for 21 years. She retired. And she was asking the same question. How can this took place when 20 years ago the technology, it was so incredible that when a cat was close to the fence, we can detect it. And this is a woman who work on a borderline with this and that with the technology 21 years ago. Can you imagine the technology now with drones and shit like that and all this stuff and all this rocket and all this shit on the what they call the Iron Dome and stuff like that? How this took place? I'm just asking a question, man. Right? How this took place? That's the first you got to ask. I'm not saying that what Hamas did is a good thing. No, it's a bad thing when people kill each other for no reasons and shit like that. It's never. Matter of fact, I'm the same person that I've been for years. I'm against war. There's nothing good about war. It's destruction and killing of human beings. For who? For what? For what? Money? Control the people? I'm always being against war. Always. Always. But that doesn't mean that I'm trying to bring this in perspective, because sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Like I said previously, okay, they got the greatest technology and stuff like that, and how this took place, and now why they going out there, and I'm not the only one who feel this sentiment. It's on a global scale for the first time, because I've been watching this stuff for years. For years. How brutal the state of Israel was against their own people with the vaccine, and what we've been doing with the Palestine people for years. But now, and I was shocked about this, to be honest. I was shocked how the world community have waken up to the notion what a state of Israel has been doing for the last 50 years. I was shocked by it. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this group got to be exterminated or this stuff like that. No, it's the brutality of a government oppressing a non-government identity, where they got children, they got men, and they can defend themselves. They cannot go to Egypt. They cannot go to Jordan. They can go anywhere. So they out there pretty much on a honey trap. And I know this for years. But I guess the TikTok business is working. It's working because the TikTok is going crazy, which I don't own TikTok. I don't have TikTok. But I have Facebook, and I can see different things, and they throw it out there, and I can see videos and stuff like that. You know, the reason I took, to be honest, the reason I took down Telegram, because I can see graphic videos in Telegram. Any graphic videos out there from Sudan to whatever is out there in Telegram. It's graphic shit that you cannot believe, man. And when you see stuff like this, man, you cannot sleep at night. You cannot sleep at night. When the war happened with Russia and Ukraine, I was on then Telegram watching videos and shit like that. And some of a lot of these videos are very fucking graphic, man. You know? Excuse me. See, the problem is with most American, they haven't been overseas. They haven't lived anywhere but United States. Most Americans haven't visited Canada, for heaven's sake. Most Americans haven't visited the next door neighbor out there in Mexico. Most Americans haven't even been in the Caribbean. Unless you was military or military family, then you got to travel the world. You got to travel to Europe and so on and so forth, which I was, you know. I got to see different places around the world. and live on the condition of the law of the land and shit like that. And you have to respect that, even though you're an American citizen. You know? I was listening to this YouTuber I've been following him for the last 7 years, believe it or not. White guy. And he's been in the region multiple times and stuff like that. And I haven't heard from him for a year and a half until this thing took place. Because he bring a lot of insight because he's been there, visiting and stuff like that. And you got to see some of this picture. Just Google some stuff out there in Gaza Strip. Just Google some imagery. What the government of Israel are doing with these people, man. It's a concentration camp. It is a concentration camp. You probably think I sound like a leftist, which I'm not. I despise this fucking leftist. But when it's right, it's right. When it's wrong, it's wrong. And the government, I'm not saying the people of Israel are done with this, but the government is. They're all for it. And let's put it this way. When you have thousands of people on a hospital, children, men, women, with no humanitarian help at all. At all. What the fuck are you gonna call this shit? Tell me. People wounded, no running water, no utility going. Tell me. You tell me. Do not believe me. Research it. Look it up. It is a humanitarian crisis. And the world is watching. Is watching. The world is watching. And it's about fucking time. It's about fucking time that the world is watching this crisis that's been taking off for quite some time. Now, I'm not saying would ever be peace or not or whatever. But definitely it's a humanitarian crisis going on. The Red Cross can go out there. The Red Crescent can go out there. Other organizations cannot go out there. The UN can go out there. Nobody can go out there. So tell me what the fuck is going on. United States government playing blind. They're playing blind. They are playing fucking blind. They are fucking playing blind. United States government is playing blind of the situations taking place out there on Palestine. It's Jerusalem. More Americans, more Americans are waking up because I have spoken for different Americans about this situation. And they're waking up to reality what's taking place. And the more Americans can say this shit is wrong, what's taking place out there, we need to make a stop of this stuff. We have to stand up for what is right. Regarding to humanity. It's a humanity crisis taking place out there. Well, gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being part of the program or the podcast. And like I always say, peace, stay MGTOW, let the universe be with you. I'm out.